Hi everyone. So we are back with the next 3 stories for today. As more gets written, I will do more videos for this to have y'all see them as well. This is A Message at Sunset. This is the next one. The cool late August evening air hits my face as I arrive at the parking garage. I'm the first one to arrive. Good, that gives me even more time to think. How should I tell Alexei about Sophie? I have to get her alone, obviously, after I introduce her to Nick and meet her sister, but after that, what? Should I beat around the bush for a bit? No, I have to tell her directly. Otherwise, it'll just look like I'm hiding something. And I don't want her to think that. Hey bro, what's up? Says Nick, who slides his skateboard to a halt in front of me. Am I the first one here? Yes, you are. Alexa and her sister should be here any minute. I answer before adding, why aren't you wearing a helmet? Again. Austin, I've told you once and I'll tell you again. Helmets are overrated. He puts on emphasis on the last few words. Anyways, this is my first time meeting your girlfriend, so I gotta make a good impression. I can guarantee you will make a good impression. You always do. And also, I add, me and Alexei aren't boyfriend and girlfriend yet. We're still in the just dating stage. Oh, thanks, man, he says. But I gotta make an extra good impression for your, what did you say, just dating stage friend? I roll my eyes and let out a laugh, as I usually do around Nick. I still get surprised that he's the one who's single. He's super kind and is the most loyal person I've ever met. Not to mention, he's got an effortless charm to him. I'm not sure if he knows that, though. There they are, I say as I see them approaching. Hey, Alexei. Hey, Austin, she says while greeting me with a hug, which are getting less and less awkward each time. However, they are still just as amazing as the first. And nice to meet you, Jupiter, right? I ask. Correct, Jupiter responds. It's nice to finally meet you, Austin. I've heard a ton about you. Nick chuckles at the comment. Alexei blushes and pushes his sister on the shoulder as she chuckles too. I take a second to take in Jupiter's appearance. She's slender and pale, with the same dark brown colored hair as Alexei. But instead of Alexei's dark, deep brown eyes to match, Jupiter has friendly, bright green eyes. I think I can safely assume that she's into pop music, considering she has pop artist stickers all over her wheelchair. Right, the wheelchair. Hey y'all, I'm Nick, Austin's best friend. He shakes both their hands and then says, as if he read my mind, now, how do we plan on getting this wheelchair up here to level 12? I'm not sure yet, I answer. I should have thought about it more before we got here. We could push it up the ramps inside, Alexei suggests. I guess women really are smarter than men, Nick says, causing everyone to laugh. That takes longer than the stairs, though, since we have to go around the garage. So I could take Jupiter that way, and you two lovers can go have some alone time. He glances at Jupiter, then at me, and adds, if that's good with y'all. We all agree that it sounds good and says our see you laters. Then I take Alexa's hand as we climb up the stairwell. I hold her hand almost every time I see her, and yet it still feels like just as special as the first time. As we climb, my mind is racing again about how I should tell her about Sophie. I gotta just not overthink it and come right out and say it, right? Easy enough in theory, but I'm not about to do it in practice. Level 12, our stop, Alexei says, and I notice she's playing with her hair a lot more than she usually does around me now. We walk over to the ledge and look out. Other than a few cars driving by here and there, the evening noise is filled solely with the rustling of wind and the chirping of crickets. I look up at the sky, which is turning a pinkish orange. It's now or never. Alexei, about the thing I need to tell you about, I start. Yeah, what is it? She asks nervously, and I wonder what she thinks I'm going to say. Just when I was waiting for you to get to the movie theater, my nerves are at an all-time high, but I'm able to keep them stuttering. I ran into my ex, Sophie. Oh, what did you talk about? She asks safely. I think I'm beating around the bush too much. I just need to get to the point before the other two get here. She came up to me and basically said that she regretted breaking up with me. I say she wanted to get back together with me. And did you say yes? She asks, tears filling her beautiful eyes. No, of course I didn't. I say, I want you and just you, Alexei. You do? She asks. Of course I do, I say. You're beautiful, funny, and smart. And you know just how to make me smile. I mean, it, and I'm not going to take it back. And I do mean it. More than I've ever meant anything in my life. Alexai's breathtaking smile forms on her face, and for a second, all my stress is forgotten. Austin, I have something to tell you too, she says. Oh? What's that? I ask, wondering what she's about to say. I haven't told you about everything that goes on at my house. She stutters out. I listen as she tearily tells me about everything she's been going through, about her dad's digital design career isn't taking off, so they're barely making it by financially, and how her mom's an alcoholic who blames her husband for everything, the countless trips to the hospital because of Jupiter's bone cancer, the bullying she's always received from her shyness. She tells me everything. In the middle of telling me everything, she starts breaking down completely, and I just pull her closer and hold her in my arms. I gently stroke her hair while she cries into my shoulder. When she's done, I just hold her in my arms for a bit longer before saying anything. Alexa, I'm here for you always. I want you to know that, I tell her. Thank you, she says. I should have just told you from the start. Look, life can make it so hard to see clearly, but you don't have to be alone anymore when you go through life. You can tell me anything, I promise, I say. And I promise I'll tell you everything from now on, she says. I look directly into her deep brown eyes. Now, they sparkle with happiness, and that makes me happier than ever. I brush her stray hair from her face. It feels like me and her are the only two people in the world. Everything's perfect. Hey, Alexei, Jupiter said you had to go now? Nick says, appearing out of nowhere with Jupiter. Only now did I realize how long it took them to show up. They should have been here at least 10 minutes ago. What took you two so long to get up here, I asked. We actually got up here 15 minutes ago, but it looked like you two were having a moment, so we stayed on the other side, Jupiter says. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Jupiter, Nick says, and it's nice to meet you as well, Alexei. Just know that as long as you're with Austin, you can't get rid of me. So if I know you, too bad. Once again, Nick succeeds in making everyone laugh. I say my goodbyes to Jupiter and then hug Alexa goodbye. It felt like magic. Everything feels like magic with her. Jupiter's pretty cool, Nick says after they leave. Yeah, she is, I reply. And Alexa is pretty awesome, he adds. She's more than awesome, I say. She's amazing. Viva los amigos. Don't wanna be your own. Don't wanna be just like you. The anthem by Good Charlotte blasts from my phone to start my day. I sit up on my bed, rub my eyes, and move my eyes over my poster-filled wall until I find my calendar. It's September 8th. There's something I'm supposed to be doing today. What was it? Nick, you better hurry up and get ready for school if you want to be on time. My mom appears in my room to say and then leaves before I can respond. Oh yeah, school. Awesome. I stretch out and yawn before getting up to get dressed. I put on a pair of blue jeans and pick out my favorite shirt. A black shirt with my favorite wrestler, LA Knight, on it and his catchphrase, yeah, written all over it. I check my phone for any texts from Austin, not his officially my girlfriend yet friend, Alexei, or her sister Jupiter. There's nothing new, only the conversation me and Austin had after his third official date, a picnic in the evening with Alexei 2 days ago. I can tell that Alexei makes Austin feel happier than Sophie ever did, and Alexei doesn't seem like the type of girl to break a guy's heart for no reason. The bus comes in 6 minutes, Nick. Hurry up, my mom yells from downstairs. I almost completely forgot that it was the first day of school as quickly as I remembered. Time's a funny thing. It feels like yesterday that Austin introduced me to Alexei and Jupiter, when in reality it's only been 2 weeks. Speaking of Jupiter, I should text her later. See how she's doing. We've actually become good friends since the parking garage. Nick, get going. You're going to be late, my mom yells, reminding me that I've only got about 6 minutes and I need to hurry. I run downstairs, grab an apple, my skateboard. Before saying bye to my mom and heading out, I ride my skateboard down to the bus stop, a 2-minute ride, while the Jonas Brothers 6 minutes play in my head. As the bus stop comes into view, I see Austin is already there. Hey, Nick, are you excited for the first day of school? He asks, knowing full well that I hate school. Hardly, but I bet you are, I say teasingly. You could see your true love. He rolls his eyes but is smiling. More people start arriving at the bus stop, saying hi to me and Austin, talking about how excited they are to be back at school. Can't say I relate. And trading Pokemon cards. Oh, and half the girls are huddled in a circle talking and giggling while pointing at me like they always do. I don't get it. Why do they do that? The bus arrives and we get on. The ride to school is good and uneventful. Me and Austin just talking about wrestlers, figuring out which classes we have together and planning ways to shut Tyler's mouth. That last part is unlikely to happen, though. We get off the bus and start walking up the steps to school. We push through the sea of teenagers, some talking as they walk, others running to catch up with friends, and my least favorite type of people, some stopping in the middle of the stairway to talk. It's actually quite rude in my opinion. Blocking everyone's way for a chit-chat, and a couple of steps away, I see the most common culprit. Hey there, Tyler, I say, interrupting his latest TED Talk about himself to the cheer team. It's pretty cool that the school put in escalators to get us to the entrance, ain't it? Are you feeling okay while there? He asks in a mixed tone of confusion and mockingness. This is a stairway, not an escalator. Exactly. That's why your legs need to move in order for you to reach the top. I reply in the most mocking tone I can muster. So since you seemingly forgot how to use your legs, I'll give you a quick demonstration. And with that, I simply start walking up the stairs, leaving a trail of laughter behind me. I bet that Tyler is absolutely humiliated. Well, that's what you get for messing with my friends. Speaking of which, I'm suddenly aware that Austin isn't with me anymore. I scan the crowd as I continue walking and spot right next to the door with Alexei and Jupiter. Hey, Alexei, I say. Hey, Jupiter, I didn't know you couldn't do the school. Oh, I didn't last year because my wheelchair broke when we moved out here. So my dad said I had to wait until next year to come so he could have time to replace my wheelchair. Oh, that makes sense, I reply. Well, I'm glad you could come this year. Thanks, me too, she says. Hey, sorry to interrupt the conversation, but we kind of got to get to our classes, Austin says. Yeah, I think I have geometry first, Alexei says. So do I, Austin says. Not me, I got history first. I say more to Jupiter and Alexei than Austin since we already talked about it on the bus. But I'll see you all at lunch, right? Yes, they all say in unison. Alexei and Austin walk to geometry hand in hand while Jupiter goes off to pre-calculus, and I head towards history. Or more accurately, I head towards a guy telling me about things that happened before I was born until I fall asleep. Super fun. History was as boring as ever, and so was every other class I had after it. Now I'm heading to art class, the only class I enjoy. I see Austin by his locker grabbing some books, so I decided to see if his day has been as boring as mine before going to art class. Hey bro, how's it going? I ask. Hey man, it's going well, he says. Kind of slow though. The good thing is me and Alexei are in a lot of the same classes. I wish we were in more together. Yeah, me too, I say. But I'll see you at lunch, right? Of course, man, he replies, closing his locker door. As I turn to leave, I notice someone walking up. Someone I've been glad wasn't in any of my classes. Hey, Austin, said Sophie, the jerk who broke his heart, not even 4 months ago. I'm not a hateful person, but if you wrong one of my friends, you get put on the list of people I don't like, and Sophie is pretty high on that list. Hey, Sophie, he replied. How's your day been? Austin had told me that he wasn't mad at Sophie anymore, about how he's considering about maybe becoming friends with her, but that doesn't mean I can't hate her. It's been pretty basic as far as first days go, she says, other than the fact I'm not talking to Tyler. You were really right about him. Yeah, I like to think I'm a good judge of character, he says, and yet he's trying to be friends with Sophie? I love him, but sometimes he's far too nice. I'll see you later, Austin, I say. I gotta get to art class. I don't really want to be standing here with Sophie anymore. Oh, hey Nick, she says a little too enthusiastic. I'll see you around sometime. Oh, great, she's talking to me? I really gotta get out of here. Sure, whatever, I say indifferently as I start walking towards art class. I would have said more, but Austin insists I try not to be rude to her. He says she was manipulated by Tyler. I don't buy it. Whatever, I'll hold back for him. As I enter the art classroom, I realize I'm the last one to make it. I sit in the back corner, not really paying attention to anyone else. All right, class, Miss Clover says. Since it's the first day back, I want you all to make a painting of or drawing of something you gained over the summer that you want to live long. Or as Spanish speakers say, viva. You have 25 minutes. Start now. I start to think about what I could paint about when someone nudges my shoulder. I swear I better not be Tyler. Hey, you take art class? Jupiter asks. I breathe a relieved sigh. It's Jupiter, not Tyler or Sophie or someone like that. Yeah, I don't really like the part, but painting is a passion of mine, I say. It's true, I've always loved painting, ever since I was a little boy. That's really cool, she says, her smile lighting up her eyes. What are you going to make your painting about? 10 seconds ago, I had no idea. Now I do. I don't tell her. Instead, I say, why don't we surprise each other? Amazing idea, she says, and then starts painting right away. I get started too. First, I paint a sunset. Then I paint a parking garage. After that, I paint a mini Austin and Alexa. Then I paint a mini me, and finally, I paint a mini Jupiter in her wheelchair, complete with her green bright green eyes. I decided to title it Viva los Amigos, or Long Live Friends. I write Viva los Amigos across the painted sky in a navy blue color to contrast with the red and oranges of the sunset. Just in time, too, because shortly after I put down my paintbrush, Miss Clover tells everyone to stop. She informs us that we should leave these here to dry and then pick them up by the end of the day. As everyone packs up their things, I turn to Jupiter. Want to look at mine? I ask. Yeah, she's enthusiastic, and you could look at mine, too. We walk over to each other's paintings at the same time. I'm stunned as I look at her painting. It's a parking garage and 4 little people under a sunset. Sure, there's some minor differences, but for all intents and purposes, we paint pretty much the same thing. And that of her painting at the top of it. Painting into the sunset in a deep, dark forest green, the words, Viva los Amigos. We both look at each other for a moment and then smile. I chuckle a little bit. Great minds think alike, I guess, I say. Great minds. Yes, great minds, and, she says, her eyes sparkling. Great friends. We must be both then, I say. I think we are, she replies. And just like that, today got a lot less boring. Don't panic. I forgot how many people came to this school and how loud the cafeteria was. I'm trying to remember what table Austin said he would be at. Did he even say a table? I try to remember, but it's hard to think because of all the noise. I scan the crowd for Austin or Jupiter, but I don't see either of them. I'm still trying to locate them when I run into someone. I'm so sorry, I say as I hit the floor, starting to feel panic creep inside my mind. I was thinking about something and I wasn't paying. It's okay, it's fine, says the girl I ran into. The girl puts her hand out to help me up. She's got blue eyes and extremely light brown hair. I realize that a sting of horror that it's Sophie. Austin has said they were friendly again, but I've never actually talked to her. The thought of it terrifies me. I hesitate for a moment before taking her hand. You're, Alexei, right? She asks as she helps me up. Yeah, I am. I'm her. Alexei. I say awkwardly. Nice to meet you. My face starts feeling hot. People's random chattering has turned into something more focused. And Sophie and I are the spotlight. It's becoming too much attention. I feel like crying. Alexei, I was wondering if you... Sophie hesitates, and then I wonder if she can notice the tears building up, even though I'm looking at the floor. If you'd want to... Hey, what's going on, y'all? Nick erupts, appearing at my side. His tone isn't angry exactly. More like a brother trying to figure out who made his little sister cry, and his appearance eases me slightly. Just 2 morons acting like morons, Nick. Tyler chimes in. Something you know a lot about considering who you are and who you hang out with. Nick opens his mouth to respond when he gets cut off. Oh, shut it, Tyler. Sophie says loudly, almost yelling. Austin is a far better person than you, which is why he and Alexei have been dating for more than a week. He could actually treat her like he should. Now the spotlight shifted right on to Sophie. Further disputing my unease, I wasn't sure if the friendliness she showed Austin was just an act to win him back over or not, but now, seeing her defend Austin against Tyler of all people, I think it's genuine. Nick shifts a little next to me. I look at him and he nods toward the other end of the cafeteria, signaling he wants to leave. I start to leave, but then stop when Sophia says her next. And Nick is the... She glances toward him as if she's trying to read his reaction. If she is, he's not giving her one. He is the most loyal person you will ever meet. He's also funny, smart, and effortlessly cool. In fact, I'm pretty sure the only reason you don't like him is because you know that, especially among the girls, he's more popular than you. At Sophie's last sentence, Tyler starts making it an even bigger scene than before. I notice the lunch lady running over as the commotion gets louder. Let's go, Alexei, Nick says. I nod and follow him towards the table in the back of the cafeteria. I wonder what Nick thinks of the words Sophie just said. He could literally be thinking anything. He didn't give Sophie even the slightest reaction. I look back and see Tyler arguing with the lunch lady. He's probably trying to pin it on us. But he didn't see what direction we left in, so it's particularly impossible. As the table comes into view, I see Austin and Jupiter at the table. Austin smiles when he notices me and I smile back. How could I not? His smile shines like diamonds. I sit down next to Austin, still flustered from the confrontation a few minutes ago. I think he knows my flustered state because the first thing he asks is everything okay, Alexei? Austin asks. There was just, I used to be opening up to Austin right now. I'm just overwhelmed at the moment. There was a bit of a confrontation. Was it Tyler? He asks. I play with the ends of my hair. I'm not exactly sure what it was. I'm not the biggest judge of what's going on when a ton of people are looking at me. It messes me up. It was, I think, I wasn't there the entire time, but when I showed up, he was being Tyler. Nick answers for me as he sits himself next to Jupiter and then adds in a neutral tone, Sophie. When I showed up, it looked like she might have been doing something, but she defended you and me. Nick's voice might be neutral, but I could tell there was more of the story I didn't understand. It seemed Austin understood, though. Oh, well, that was nice of her to do, Austin says, inexplicably avoiding the word friendly, before pointing at the tray in front of me and saying, by the way, that's yours, enjoy. I pick up the banana off the tray and take a bite. It tastes almost rotten, but then again, this is the school cafeteria. Austin puts his arm around me as the conversation dives into music. I finally feel fully at ease for the first time since I bumped into Sophie. It's interesting to see how different and yet similar our music tastes are. Austin mentions Coldplay, the Beach Boys, Melanie C, and Kane. I named the Spice Girls, No Doubt, and Selena Gomez as favorites. Jupiter talks candidly about BTS, Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, and Britney Spears. Nick says that Good Charlotte, Simple Plan, and the Jonas Brothers are definitely my top guys. But I like pretty much all music, Nick concludes with a smile. I notice Jupiter keeps stealing glances at Nick the entire time he's talking. It makes me wonder if she's maybe getting feelings for Nick. She always seems more smiley around him. I feel my phone buzz in my pocket and reach for it while Nick and Jupiter get into a friendly argument about the best Jonas Brothers song. I open my phone, and when I see my dad's contact, my heart drops. I don't know who I thought it was going to be, but I certainly didn't think it was going to be Dad, because please don't be something bad. Dad, if you're not with your sister, find me. Mom had a heart attack. Meet me at the hospital. Show the front desk this if they don't let you out. It's from the darn alcohol. It has to be. Why? Why did you have to do this? My bones feel heavy like stones. I need to tell Jupiter, but I'm too stunned to say anything. My bubble of paradise just got popped by reality. What's wrong, Alexei? Austin asks, voice full of... Alexei? Jupiter asks. I can't speak, so I push my phone towards the middle of the table. I'll read it. Jupiter goes even paler than usual, and Austin puts his arm around me again and gently pulls me closer. I rest my head on his shoulder. It's the only bit of comfort I have at the moment. How are you two going to get to the hospital? Nick says, can either of you drive? Jupiter shakes her head, and I don't know what to do. Wait, I have Teen Uber, Austin says, taking my hand and pulling me up. I can have one come pick you two up. We can't let you pay all that. It's too expensive, Jupiter starts to say before getting cut off. Then I'll pay half. The hospital isn't too far for two people to pay, Nick says. Besides, this is more important than money. We're halfway to the entrance. Austin announces the Uber will be here in 7 minutes. We get to the front office, and I show the text from my dad. Austin hugs me goodbye. It'll be alright, okay? Just don't panic, he whispers as he hugs me. As soon as I can, I'll meet you at the hospital. If your mom isn't already out, I promise. Okay, thank you, Austin, I say, hugging him tightly. It means more than you know. He steps back so I can leave. I notice Austin smiling at something behind me, so I follow his eyes and smile too. Nick and Jupiter are hugging. Maybe they do have feelings for each other, or they just are really good friends. Either way, it brings a slight smile to my face seeing my sister being noticed by boys. Took long enough. You should really get going, Austin says, bringing reality back into fold. I'll call you as soon as I can. I notice Nick and Jupiter break apart, and Nick waves a final goodbye to both of us. We exit the school and wait for the Uber. It gets here in 3 minutes. Worry settles in me about my mother. But then I remember I have Austin, who no matter what will be there for me. And I replay the words that he just told me over and over. Just don't panic, and that makes me feel better.